So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to fill out the application for the temporary resident visa, which is an application for workers and students applying from inside Canada. If you watched the previous video I made, it's all about the application process on how you can be able to answer the eligibility questions and download this form. So now that we've downloaded this form, this is how to fill it out. So let's quickly dive in and I'll show you guys what to do. So the first thing you do is, if you have a UCI, you're going to put it in here. If you don't know where to find that, you can see that on your study permit or your work permit. And then you choose what you want service in. You want service in English or French, depending on what works for you. And then you request, number 3, it's all about the visa, the type of visa you are requesting for, which is a visitor visa. And then personal details, you're going to provide all your details, your full name and your given names. So if you've used any other name on number 2, you're going to choose yes and provide the answer below. If you haven't, you choose no. So on number 3, then you're going to provide these details: your sex, your date of birth, where you were born, and your country of territory. And then also your citizenship, right? Which is also where you were born. Then number 7 is your current country or territory of residence. Definitely it's going to be in Canada because you're applying from inside of Canada. And then option here, you can choose worker or student because those are the 2 that we're applying for this application process. Then you're going to choose the time you got your work permit or your study permit and when it is going to be expiring. Previous countries or territories of residence. If you have lived any other place, then you click on yes, provide that details here. If you haven't, just click on no. Then number 9, country or territory we're applying from, same as country or territory of residence. Yes. If no, you provide the details below. Then your current marital status, single. If you are married or in a common law relationship, then all you have to do is here you hit on the button below and choose married. And once you choose on married, you're going to be able to provide the date, your family name, and given name. So let's go back to the way it was, which was single. And then we go all the way down again to personal details continued. So have you previously been married? So this information continues. So if you have, you provide yes and provide the family name and the given names, date of birth, type of relationship, when it's expiring, depending on what you have. But if you don't, just leave it as single. Then languages, you're going to provide your mother tongue. And then if you're able to communicate in English and French, you choose that. If not, you can just choose only English or only French. And then if you choose both, here you have the option to choose which one you're fluent in, English or French. After that, on your passport, you're going to provide your passport number, your country or territory of issue, then when it was issued and the expiring date. For this example, I used 2016 to 2021 12, which is December of 2021. Also understand that if you are currently in Canada and your passport has expired, you can also renew it in Canada. So if you renewed it in Canada, then your country or territory of issue is now going to be Canada and no longer your country of citizenship, right? Then for national identity number, do you have a national identity number? You're going to say yes or no. If you have yes, click on yes, provide the information below. If no, just leave it as it is. Same with US PR card. Yes, provide the numbers below. If not, leave it as no. Then contact information. Here you're going to provide your current contact information in Canada. So for this example, I used City Kitchener, Canada, which is a country or territory, the province, and the postal code. And if the residential address, which is same as mailing address, you just say yes. If no, you provide details below. Then you provide your phone number. If you have an alternate phone number, you provide it here. If you have a fax number, you provide it below on number 5. And number 6, you provide your email as well. then details of visit to Canada. So for the purpose of your visit, so this is an application to apply for a visitor visa inside of Canada. So the essence is, let's say you're leaving Canada and at some point you want to come in because, like I said in the PowerPoint presentation of the application process, which is the first video I made, or the first part of this video, I said that if you are trying to extend your study or your study permit or your work permit, it does not ensure you to leave and come back to Canada. So here, this option, you are going to choose returning worker or returning student, because these are the options, right? Because you're applying it so that you can be able to like leave Canada and come in when you are ready to come back, right? So once you provide that information, you indicate how long you plan to stay. So I just gave an example here, and funds available for your stay. So name and address or relationship of any institution. So I used Conestoga College as my employer, so you can use whatever works for you. Conestoga College is a college people can work there as instructors, right? So if you have some other place that you're working, then you're going to provide that information. And then their relationship to you is that they are your employer. And then you provide the address in Canada as well. So your education, for this option, I provided that I studied. This is just a demo, like you guys know. Field of study was nursing in Conestoga College, Kitchener. So you provide the from and the to date, which is the education period. And then for the employment as well, then it says current activity or occupation. So I used nursing instructor at Conestoga College, which is the reason why I put this information here. So you do the same in yours. You're going to put in the information of your current activity or occupation, your employer, the city, territory or country, and the province. But it says give details of your employment for the past 10 years. So this is the current. For the previous, I used sales representative, the company, the city in Nigeria, or depending on whatever works for you, depending on the country you're applying from, you're going to put that information as it based on what works for you, right? So once you do that on the employment, you can use this as a demo when you're filling out your form. We go all the way down to background information. So now you're going to answer these questions. Within the past 2 years, have you or your family member ever had? So this is going to be a no, depending on what works for you. If it's a yes, you choose yes. But the one I wanted to talk about was this part. Have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? So it's going to be a yes. Reason being, I gave an example. I applied to study in Canada in 2015. Because you're already in Canada as a worker or as a student, that means you've previously applied to enter in Canada. You applied to come to study or you applied to come and work, right? So you're going to choose yes and provide that details below. Once you do that, you answer the remaining of the questions. If it's a yes, you choose yes. And once you do all of that, you come down to the signature. On the signature, you are going to, because this is going to be an online process, our signature is mostly your name, your last name, and all your names together, right? That's the way they've been doing this online process. So you're going to put in your name and the date when you filled your application. After you've done that, we are going to validate, and then I'll show you guys how to upload this and finish up the application. So let's validate. I just clicked on validate, okay. And then it's showing me that it's been validated. And this is how to validate your document once you fill it out. Let me show you guys how to upload it and finish the application process. So after filling out your application and validating it, you come back to your application, as you can see here. So I just, all you have to do is you click on update. You can click on update information. So all you have to do here is you click on this and upload that information. So as you can see here, it says IMM5257E visitor visa inside Canada. I had to create it like that so I don't forget the exact application form. And then this is just like an example. I just used random files to upload here to give you guys an example. You do the same thing, you upload all these necessary information. These are optional documents, right? You don't need this one right now. So once you do that, all you have to do is you click on Next. So we're going to click on Next, and then it's showing us your declaration and electronic signature. Then it tells you everything you need to do, summary of fees, which is $100. And then what you have to do, you go here, you put your name. I'll just put my name, which is the name I've used, Brendan Anthony. So you add your name, which is the electronic signature. And then once you do that, then you are going to transmit and pay. So if you click on transmit and pay, then it gives you how to pay. Once you pay that, you've submitted your application. And that is how to fill out the application for visitor visas for students and workers inside of Canada. Thank you guys for watching.